My wife said, "I'm taking the kids to my mother's for good. Don't follow us." I replied, "Drive safe." Then I called my lawyer and froze our joint assets. When she tried to use her cards at the gas station 200 miles away, reality hit hard. I, 35 male, am sitting in my empty house, kids' toys still scattered around, trying to process what just went down. My wife Bianca, 33, just tried to kidnap our children. Yeah, I'm using that word because that's what my lawyer called it. Been married 9 years, 2 kids, Luna, 7, and Oscar, 5. I work in logistics management, make about $85K. Bianca works part-time as a dental hygienist, brings in maybe $30. Not wealthy, but we manage, or managed. Things have been rocky for about a year. Not gonna lie and say I'm perfect. I work long hours, probably don't help enough with the kids, but we were in counseling working on it, or so I thought. Yesterday morning, I wake up to Bianca packing the kids' stuff. Big suitcases, toys, everything. "What's going on?" I asked. She didn't even look at me. "I'm taking the kids to my mother's." "For the weekend?" "For good. This isn't working. The kids need stability." "Wait, what? We need to talk about this." She finally looked at me, cold as ice. "There's nothing to talk about. I'm their mother. I know what's best. Don't follow us." "Bianca, you can't just take our kids." "Watch me, and don't try anything stupid. My mom's boyfriend is a cop." Her mom lives 400 miles away in another state. The boyfriend? Security guard at a mall, but whatever. Luna came running up excited. "Daddy, we're going to Grandma's." "That's nice, sweetheart." Kept my voice calm, kissed both kids goodbye, told them I loved them. Bianca loaded them in her SUV, looked at me one more time. "Don't make this harder than it needs to be." "Drive safe," I said. She seemed surprised I wasn't fighting, smirked and drove off. The second her car turned the corner, I called my lawyer, not the nice family lawyer we used for our wills, the shark my divorced coworker recommended, Dexter Dex Morrison. "She took the kids and says she's not coming back," I explained. "Did she say where?" "Her mother's. Different state." "Stop talking. Office, now. Bring every financial document you have." Within 2 hours we'd filed emergency custody motion, parental kidnapping report, crossing state lines without custody agreement, motion to freeze joint assets, she can't empty accounts while stealing kids. The judge signed the asset freeze immediately. All our joint accounts, frozen. Credit cards linked to joint accounts, suspended. Can't touch them without court approval. "What about her personal card?" I asked Dex. "Is it tied to your joint accounts for payment?" "Yeah, auto pay from joint checking." "Then it's frozen too. She'll find out when she tries to use it." 3 hours after she left, I get a call. Unknown number. "What did you do?" Bianca screaming, "Where are you?" "At a gas station. My cards aren't working. The kids are hungry." "Are you about 200 miles away? Off the interstate?" "How did you? Your phone location is still sharing with me." "Forgot to turn that off, didn't you?" Silence. "Come home, Bianca, with the kids. We'll work this out properly." "I'm not coming back. My mom will wire me money." "Sure. But you should know there's an emergency custody hearing Monday morning. If you're not there, it won't go well for you." "You can't do this." "I didn't do anything. You took our children across state lines without my consent and without a custody agreement. The court did this." She hung up. That was yesterday. This morning, she called again. Update 1. The entitlement has reached astronomical levels. Bianca made it to her mother's house using money her mom wired. But that's where her plan fell apart. Dex had worked fast. By the time she arrived, the local police had already been notified about the parental kidnapping report. They couldn't arrest her, no custody order yet, but they made it clear she was on their radar. Monday's emergency hearing was beautiful. Bianca appeared via video link, thinking she'd cleverly avoided coming back. Judge Hammond was not amused. "Mrs. Thornton, you unilaterally removed the children from their home, school, and father without any legal authority. Explain yourself." "I'm their mother. I know what's best for them." "That's not how this works. Mr. Thornton has equal parental rights." "But he works all the time. I'm the primary caregiver." Dex presented my case. Steady job, family home, kids' school, and friends all here. Bianca had her mom's house and entitlement. Judge's temporary order, kids to be returned within 48 hours. Temporary 50-50 custody, pending full hearing. Bianca can't remove kids from the county without written consent. Joint assets remain frozen until division determined. Bianca lost it. This is sexist. Mothers always get the kids. Not when they kidnap them, Judge Hammond replied. But here's where Bianca doubled down. Instead of bringing the kids back, she enrolled Luna in school there. Posted on social media about starting fresh and protecting my babies from their toxic father. I screenshot everything. Wednesday, she called crying. Please unfreeze the accounts. I need money for the kids. Bring them home first. I can't. I already told everyone here we're staying. That's not my problem. Her mother, Gladys, called next. How dare you financially abuse my daughter? How dare your daughter kidnap my children? She's their mother, and I'm their father. Equal rights, remember? You're traumatizing those babies. By wanting them home, in their own beds, at their school? She called me words I won't repeat. Thursday morning, Dex called. She just filed for emergency spousal support and full custody in her mom's state. Can she do that? She can try. Won't work. Our state has jurisdiction. Kids lived here their whole lives. But it shows she's not planning to comply with the court order. So what now? Now we file for contempt. She's violating a direct court order. That's jail time. I don't want her in jail. I just want my kids back. Then she better bring them back. I called Bianca. You have 24 hours to bring the kids home, or Dex files contempt charges. You wouldn't dare. You'd traumatize our kids by having their mother arrested? You're traumatizing them by ripping them from their lives. 24 hours. She hung up. 20 hours later, she pulled into our driveway. Kids ran out, hugging me. Luna was crying. Daddy, I missed you. Mom said we were never coming back. Oscar wouldn't let go of my leg. Bianca stood there, arms crossed. Happy now? I'm happy my kids are home. This isn't over. You're right. See you at the full custody hearing. Update 2. Bianca's been living at her friend Carmela's apartment since returning. Gets the kids every other week per the temporary order. But she's been playing dirty. First, she told the kids I was the reason they couldn't stay at Grandma's. Luna came home asking why I hate Grandma. Had to explain that I love Grandma, but kids need to stay where they live, go to school, have friends. Then she tried to turn the school against me. Told Luna's teacher I was financially controlling and to call her if they needed anything for Luna. Teacher called me confused. The emergency contact list still had me as primary, but the real manipulation came through money. Even with the assets frozen, she had her part-time income. Started buying the kids expensive stuff during her weeks. New iPads, bikes, toys, everything they mentioned wanting. Oscar came home saying, Mom's house is more fun. She buys us stuff. I stayed calm. That's nice, buddy. We have fun here too, right? Yeah, but Mom says you're mean with money. Called Dex. She's trying to buy them. Document everything. Judge won't like parental alienation. The full custody hearing was set for next month. Bianca hired Regina Winters, known for playing dirty in custody cases. Regina's first move, filing a motion claiming I was economically abusing Bianca by keeping assets frozen. The hearing for that was yesterday. Regina argued Bianca needed access to funds for the children. Dex countered with Bianca's credit card statements from her personal account. $3,000 in 2 weeks on toys and unnecessary items. Your Honor, she's trying to buy the children's affection while claiming poverty, Dex stated. Judge Hammond reviewed the statements. Mrs. Thornton seems to have sufficient funds for a $400 rainbow unicorn playset. The children needed enrichment activities, Regina argued. They have a swing set at Mr. Thornton's house. Dex noted. Motion denied. Assets stay frozen. After court, Bianca confronted me. You're destroying our family. You destroyed it when you tried to kidnap our kids. I was protecting them. From what? From growing up in a loveless home. So your solution was to traumatize them? Regina pulled her away, but not before Bianca said, I'll make sure you never see them again. Dex heard that. Thank you for the ammunition, Mrs. Thornton. Last night I tucked Luna in. She asked, Daddy, why does Mom say you're trying to take us away? I'm not, sweetheart. I just want you to have both parents. Mom says she should have us all the time because she's the mom. What do you think? She thought about it. I love you both. I don't want to choose. You don't have to. That's why judges help figure it out. Mom says judges are mean to moms. The poisoning runs deep, but I'm documenting everything. Update 3. Everything exploded this week. Bianca's desperation hit new levels. She filed a false CPS report claiming I was neglecting the kids. Said I leave them home alone, never happened. Don't feed them properly, they eat better than I do, and the house is unsafe. CPS showed up Tuesday. I was at work, kids at school. Called Dex immediately. Let them inspect, be cooperative. You have nothing to hide. Inspector walked through the house, fully stocked fridge, clean rooms, safety gates, still up from when Oscar was younger, forgot to remove them. She checked with the school, kids always arrive clean, fed, homework done. Mr. Thornton, this appears to be a custody dispute weapon. I've seen it before. The report will reflect no concerns. But Bianca wasn't done. Thursday, she picked the kids up for her weekend and didn't take them to school Monday. School called me. Mrs. Thornton said they were sick and she's keeping them for extended care. Called Bianca. No answer. Called Gladys. They're fine. Bianca's taking care of them. She's violating the custody order. Again. Oh please, she's their mother. Dex filed emergency contempt charges. Judge Hammond was done. Mrs. Thornton, this is your second violation. Return the children immediately or face arrest. But they're sick. Then provide medical documentation. She couldn't, because they weren't sick. Kids returned that evening. Luna told me Mom said they were having a mental health week. Yesterday was the big custody hearing. 4 hours of testimony. Bianca's attorney argued I was controlling and absent. Dex presented, CPS report clearing me. School attendance records, kids missed 6 days during her weeks, 0 during mine. Police reports from the kidnapping attempt. Testimonies from teachers about the kids' stability. Bank records showing I'd paid 100% of kids' expenses for 3 months while assets were frozen. Then Dex played his ace. Your Honor, we'd like to submit Mrs. Thornton's social media posts. Regina objected. Overruled. Post after post about Mama Bear protecting cubs. Fathers who weaponize courts. And my favorite, a photo of the kids at her mom's with the caption, "Where we belong, away from toxic influence." Judge Hammond looked at Bianca. Mrs. Thornton, you've shown repeated disregard for court orders, attempted parental alienation, and false accusations. You're clearly not prioritizing the children's stability. The ruling, primary custody to me. Bianca gets every other weekend, supervised for first 3 months. She pays child support based on state calculator. Assets unfrozen, but she must pay my legal fees from her portion. She cannot remove children from county without written consent. Must complete parenting classes. Bianca screamed, actually screamed in court. You can't take my babies. I'm not taking them, Mrs. Thornton. I'm ensuring they have stability. Your actions have consequences. Regina tried to calm her. Bianca pushed her away. This is your fault. You said I'd win. Had to be escorted out by security. Final update. It's been 3 months since the custody ruling. Time to close this chapter. Bianca fought the ruling for about a month, filed appeals, claimed bias, even tried to get Judge Hammond recused. All denied. Reality finally hit when the first child support payment was due, $450 a month. Not much, but to someone living on $30K who just had to pay $8,000 in legal fees, it stung. She moved back in with Gladys. The supervised visits started rough. She spent the first one crying, telling the kids how unfair everything was. Supervisor shut that down quick. Second visit, she tried to quiz them about my house, my schedule, if I had any new friends. Supervisor reported it all. By the 3rd month, something shifted. Not maturity. Bianca doesn't do personal growth, but practicality. She realized fighting was expensive and futile. The kids have adjusted. Luna stopped asking why Mom was mad at me. Oscar stopped crying at exchanges. They're in therapy, court ordered for both, and the therapist says they're doing well. Last week was interesting. Bianca called about Oscar's birthday next month. Can I take him to dinner? Just me and him? Supervised? Yes, I know the rules. Then yes, thank you. Pause. Rex, I still think you're wrong, but I want to see my kids. That's all I wanted too, Bianca, for them to have both parents. You won. Nobody won, but the kids are safe and stable. That's what matters. She hung up without another word. Gladys still sends me nasty texts monthly. I don't respond. Carmela apparently told people I'm abusive. I don't care. The truth is in court documents. My favorite moment came last month. Luna had a school project about heroes. She wrote about me. Not because I'm perfect, but because Daddy makes sure we're safe and loves us even when things are hard. Bianca saw it at the school display. The supervisor said she stared at it for a long time, then walked away without commenting. My lawyer fees totaled $12,000. Bianca's were $8,000 plus my fees. The asset division gave her $35,000 from our savings. After legal fees, she had $15,000 left. She'd started with the plan to take everything and the kids, ended with less than half and supervised weekends. The house is quieter during her weekends. I use the time to meal prep, clean, and honestly, just breathe. Dating isn't even on my radar. My kids need stability, not more chaos. Bianca's supervised period ends next month. Dex says she'll probably petition for more time eventually. Maybe she'll get it if she keeps following rules. Maybe not. That's for future courts to decide. Last night, tucking Oscar in, he said, "Daddy, Mom seemed sad last time." Sometimes adults get sad, buddy. Is it my fault? Never. Adult problems are never kids' fault. Mom used to say you made her sad. What do you think now? He shrugged. I think Mom makes herself sad. 5-year-old wisdom. I'm not sharing this for sympathy or validation. Just want other parents to know. Document everything. Don't retaliate, just respond legally. Courts care about kids' stability, not gender. And sometimes when someone says they're taking your kids and leaving, the right response really is just drive safe, followed immediately by calling a lawyer. The gas station, where her cards declined, she had to call Gladys to wire money while the kids waited in the car, confused why they couldn't get snacks. The employee later told me, small world, that Bianca threw her declined cards at the register and screamed about financial abuse while her kids watched. That's the thing about consequences. They don't care about your entitlement, they just are. Edit. Since people are asking, yes, she tried to drain the accounts the morning she left. The freeze had already kicked in. The $3,000 she spent on toys, personal credit card her mom co-signed. That bill's causing fights now. And no, I don't hate Bianca, I nothing her. She's just the person I have to co-parent with for the next 13 years. The kids love her, so I support that relationship, but I'll never trust her again. My wife said, "You lost your job, so we're in an open relationship now until you find work. If you don't agree, I'll just leave you." I replied, "I understand." Then I checked our Ring camera. She'd been coming home at 4 a.m. in different cars for 3 days, all dressed up. When I sent the footage to her parents with the caption, "Your daughter's open relationship while I job hunt." I, 35 male, got laid off 3 weeks ago. Tech layoffs, whole department gone. Severance package is solid though. 6 months salary, about $78,000 total. My wife, 33, is a dental hygienist making $52,000 a year. We're not hurting for money. Our mortgage is $2,400 a month. Everything else is manageable. We've got savings. I've been applying to jobs daily, already had 2 interviews lined up. Should have been fine. Should have been us supporting each other through a rough patch. Except last Tuesday, she came home from work and sat down at the kitchen table while I was making tacos. "We need to discuss something." I turned around, wiping my hands on a towel. "What's up?" "Our relationship. Now that you're not working, things are different." "Different how?" "I've got severance. We're okay financially. It's not about money." She wouldn't look at me. The power dynamic has shifted. I'm the only one working now, bringing in income, dealing with stress, and you're just here. I'm job hunting. I've already got interviews. It's been 3 weeks. That's not the point. She finally looked up. I need space. Freedom. I've been thinking about this and I want an open relationship. I just stared at her. What? Open relationship? Until you're working again. The dynamic is off. I shouldn't have to be tied down to someone who's unemployed. Tied down? We're married. Exactly. And marriage shouldn't mean I'm trapped when circumstances change. I need to feel, I don't know, like I have options. Options. Yes, I'm still young, I'm working hard, I deserve to have some freedom. Something about the way she said it, too practiced, too smooth. How long have you been thinking about this? A few days, maybe a week. Does it matter? Yeah, it kinda does. She stood up, getting defensive now. Look, this is happening. Either you agree to open things up temporarily or I'm leaving, your choice. But I'm not staying in a relationship where I feel stifled. Stifled? Yes, is that so hard to understand? I'm carrying all the weight right now. It's been 3 weeks since I got laid off. 3 weeks. And suddenly you feel stifled enough to demand an open relationship? It's not sudden. I've been feeling this way for a while. Your job loss just made it clear that things needed to change. I looked at her. Really looked at her. The defensiveness, the prepared speech, the way she kept saying, I deserve and I need. I understand, I said quietly. She blinked. You do? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So you agree? I didn't say that. I said I understand your position. That's basically the same thing. No, it's not, but okay. She seemed to take that as agreement. Good. I'm going out tonight. Girls' night with the dental office staff. Cool. She headed upstairs. I heard her shower running. 20 minutes later, she came down in a black dress I'd never seen before. Full face of makeup, high heels, hair curled. That's dressy for girls' night. We're going somewhere nice. She grabbed her purse. Don't wait up. She left around 7:30 p.m. I sat on the couch staring at the TV for maybe an hour. Something was wrong. This whole thing felt wrong. Then I remembered. We installed a Ring doorbell camera 6 months ago after someone kept stealing packages. Motion activated. Records everything, saves to cloud storage. Pulled out my phone. Opened the Ring app. Started scrolling through recent footage. Monday night. My wife pulls up at 3:42 a.m. in a black SUV. Not her car. She gets out, leans back in the window to kiss someone, then walks to the door fumbling with her keys. My stomach dropped. Scrolled back further. Friday night, home at 4:15 a.m. Silver sedan drops her off. Same routine, kisses goodbye, stumbles to the door. Wednesday, 3:58 a.m. Red pickup truck, another kiss. She's giggling, almost falls taking off her heels on the porch. I watch the clips over and over. Different vehicles, different guys probably. All within the last week. She'd been cheating before the open relationship conversation. The conversation wasn't a request, it was retroactive permission. She'd already been doing it and needed me to agree so she could keep doing it without guilt. I sat there until 2 a.m. She wasn't home yet. Checked the Ring app. Nothing. Around 4:30 a.m., motion alert. Watched live as a white Jeep pulled up. My wife got out, steadied herself against the car door, waved at the driver, blew a kiss. The Jeep drove off. She came inside. I heard her try to be quiet, take off her shoes, tiptoe upstairs. I stayed on the couch, phone in hand, watching her on the Ring footage replay. 4 different cars in less than a week. I downloaded everything. Saved the clips to my phone, my laptop, my email, a USB drive. Timestamps visible on all of them. Then I went upstairs. She was in bed, still in her dress, makeup smudged, passed out. I grabbed a pillow and went to the guest room. Morning came. I was up at 6 a.m., couldn't sleep anyway. Made coffee. Started applying to more jobs, acting normal. She came down around 10 a.m. looking rough. Morning, I said. Hey, she poured coffee. What time did you go to bed? Not sure. You get home okay last night? Yeah, around midnight. Stayed at my coworker's place for a bit after the bar. Her apartment's close. Lying right to my face. The Ring footage showed 4:30 a.m., different car than hers. Cool. Fun night? Yeah, needed to blow off some steam. I bet. She looked at me sideways. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Just saying I bet it was nice to relax. She studied me for a second, then shrugged. I'm gonna shower. After she went upstairs, I texted her dad. We'd always gotten along. He's a contractor, old school guy, married to her mom for 38 years. They're religious, go to church every Sunday, always asking when we're having kids. Me, hey, you got time for a call later? Need advice on something. Sure. Everything okay? Yeah, just want to run something by you. House stuff. Call anytime. I waited until my wife left for work. She had an afternoon shift. Once her car was gone, I called him. Hey, what's going on? This is going to be uncomfortable, but I need to show you something about your daughter. Silence. What kind of something? Can I send you some videos from our Ring doorbell? Videos of what? Just let me send them. Then we'll talk. I sent him the compilation, all 4 nights. Timestamps clear, different vehicles, the kiss goodbyes, her stumbling drunk. Then I sent screenshots of yesterday's conversation where she demanded an open relationship. My phone rang immediately. What the hell is this? That's your daughter coming home over the last week. She told me yesterday she wants an open relationship because I lost my job. But as you can see, she's been doing this before that conversation. I heard him talking to his wife. Couldn't make out words, but his tone was angry. Her mom got on the phone. Where is she right now? At work. Afternoon shift at the dental office. You're sure about these videos? They're from our security camera, time and date stamped. I didn't fake anything. I'm calling her. Wait, maybe. Click. She hung up. Great. 20 minutes later, my wife called me. I could hear her crying before she even spoke. What did you do? Answered your parents' questions honestly. You sent them videos of me? Private videos? Private? It's our front door camera. You knew it was there. You had no right to send those to my parents. You demanded an open relationship yesterday. The videos show you've been sleeping around for over a week before that. Your parents deserve to know what was happening. That's my business, not theirs. Really? Because when you brought up the open relationship, you made it my business. And when you lied about where you were and who you were with, you made it everyone's business. I can't believe you'd stab me in the back like this. Stab you in the back? Are you serious right now? She was full-on sobbing. My mom is losing it. She's saying I'm a disgrace. My dad won't even talk to me. What did you expect? That they'd be cool with you cheating on your husband? I wasn't cheating. We're in an open relationship. We never agreed to that. I said I understood your position. That's not agreement. And even if I had agreed, you were doing this before you asked. That's called cheating. You're twisting everything. I'm stating facts. 4 different cars, 4 different nights, all before yesterday's conversation. I hate you. I'm coming home. Cool, I'll be here. She hung up. I made myself lunch, turkey sandwich, ate it slowly, checked job listings, applied to 3 more positions, all very calm, very normal. She came home an hour later, burst through the door, eyes red and puffy. You've destroyed everything. I looked up from my laptop. How so? My parents, my family, everyone's gonna know. Know what? The truth? You're such a bastard. I'm the bastard? I'm not the one who came home at 4 a.m. 4 times in the last week from 4 different cars. She started pacing. Those videos are out of context. What context makes kissing 4 different guys in 4 different cars okay while you're married? I needed space. I was figuring things out. By sleeping with random dudes? They're not random. One is from the gym. Another is, you know what? I don't have to explain myself to you. Actually, yeah, you kind of do. We're married. Not for long if you keep this up. Is that a threat or a promise? She grabbed her keys. I'm leaving. Where to? One of the 4 guys' places? Screw you. She left. Slammed the door so hard a picture frame fell off the wall. I picked it up. Wedding photo. Both of us smiling. She looked happy. I looked hopeful, I guess. I put it face down on the table. My phone rang. Her dad. Can we come over? Sure. We'll be there in 20. They showed up with her mom looking like she'd been crying. Her dad looked exhausted. We sat in the living room. I showed them everything on my laptop. The full videos, the text conversation, all the timestamps. Her mom kept shaking her head. I don't understand. Why would she do this? I've been asking myself the same thing. Her dad, when did you lose your job? 3 weeks ago. Got 6 months severance. Already have interviews lined up. So you're not broke? No, we're actually fine financially. Her mom, then why would she say the relationship needs to be open because you're unemployed? I think she wanted to justify what she was already doing, make it seem like it was because of my situation instead of her choices. Her dad leaned back, rubbing his face. Where is she now? Left about an hour ago, didn't say where. Probably with one of them, her mom said bitterly. We talked for another 2 hours. They apologized repeatedly, which felt weird. I kept saying it wasn't their fault. They asked what I was going to do. Honestly, I don't know yet. Divorce? Probably. But I need to figure out the logistics. Her dad. The house? Both our names on the mortgage. But I put down the down payment before we got married. About $45K for my savings. That matters legally. Yeah, I'll need a lawyer. Her mom hugged me when they left. You're a good man. You didn't deserve this. Whatever happens, we're sorry. After they left, I called my brother, told him everything. Dude, holy shit. Yeah. So what's the play? Divorce lawyer, document everything, protect myself. Smart, you need anything? Nah, I'm good. Liar, I'm coming over this weekend. We'll order pizza, watch something stupid. All right. My wife came home late that night. I was in bed, door locked, heard her try the handle. Seriously, you're locking me out of our bedroom? Yup. This is my house too. Guest rooms available. I'm not sleeping in the guest room. Then sleep on the couch. I don't care. You're being such a child. Good night. I heard her stomp away. About an hour later, the guest room door slammed. Update 1. Woke up to 31 texts from my wife. Didn't read them. Deleted the notifications. She was gone by the time I got up. Left a note on the kitchen counter. We need to talk. I'm staying at my friend's until you calm down. I crumpled it up and threw it away. Called a divorce attorney that morning. Got a consultation for that afternoon. Guy's name was on a billboard I'd seen. Aggressive representation for complex divorces. Met with him at 2 p.m. Laid out everything. The ring footage, her demands, the timeline. He watched the videos, took notes. This is pretty clear-cut adultery. You've got solid documentation. What's that mean for the divorce? In this state? Means she gets way less. Fault matters here. Judges don't like cheaters. What about the house? Both names on the mortgage? Yeah, but I put down $45K before marriage from my savings. We can argue that should come off the top before splitting equity. You'd get your down payment back plus half of the remaining equity. She's gonna fight that. They always do. But we've got evidence. Most judges will see it our way. My severance? That's yours, post-separation income. I paid the $3,500 retainer. He said he'd draft the papers. Got home around 4 p.m. My wife was sitting on the porch. Your car's here. Yup, can I come in? It's your house too, apparently. She followed me inside. I went straight to the kitchen, grabbed water from the fridge. We need to talk about this, she started. Nothing to talk about. Yes, there is. You completely overreacted. To you cheating on me with 4 different guys? I wasn't cheating. I told you I wanted an open relationship. After you'd already been sleeping with them. That's not an open relationship. That's cheating with attempted retroactive permission. That's not fair. What's not fair is you demanding an open relationship the day after I catch you on camera coming home at 4 a.m. from some random dude's car. You didn't catch me. That's our security camera. You're not allowed to use that against me. I actually laughed. Are you high right now? It's our joint property. I can absolutely use it. No. That's like invasion of privacy. On our own front porch, where you knew there was a camera? You're twisting this. I'm not twisting anything. You cheated multiple times with multiple people, then tried to gaslight me into an open relationship to justify it. Stop saying I cheated. What else do you call it? I was exploring. I was trying to figure out what I needed. Cool. Explore single life then. What's that supposed to mean? I hired a divorce attorney today. Her face went white. You what? Divorce attorney. Paid the retainer. He's drafting papers. You can't be serious. Deadly serious. Over this? Over me needing some space? Over you sleeping with 4 different people while lying to my face about where you were? I'm not sleeping with 4 people. You don't know that. 4 cars, 4 different nights, 4 kiss goodbyes. What else was happening? That's circumstantial. Is it? So if I call those guys, they'll all confirm you were just getting innocent rides home? She went quiet. That's what I thought. You wouldn't dare call them. Try me. She grabbed her purse. I'm leaving. You keep saying that, but keep coming back. Only because it's my house. For now. She left again. This time took more clothes. I watched from the window as she loaded up her car. 2 suitcases, a box of shoes, her makeup bag. Good. More space for me. My brother came over that night like he'd promised. Pizza, beer, bad action movies. Didn't talk about the situation much. Just hung out. You doing okay? He asked around midnight. Yeah, surprisingly, yeah. That's good. That's healthy. Is it? Shouldn't I be more torn up? Dude, she cheated on you with 4 guys and tried to make you think you were the problem for losing your job. You're allowed to be done. Yeah, I guess I am. Next morning, my wife's best friend called me. What did you do to her? Good morning to you too. Don't. She's devastated, crying constantly. What is wrong with you? Did she tell you what happened? She said you're divorcing her over nothing, over her having 1 girl's night out. 1 girl's night? Try 4 in the last week. Want to see the ring camera footage? You're stalking her. It's our doorbell camera. She knew it was there. You had no right to show her parents those videos. Actually, I did. They asked what was going on. I showed them. You're tearing her family apart. No, she did that when she decided to cheat on me with multiple people. She wasn't cheating. You were in an open relationship. We never agreed to that. Check the texts. I never said yes. That's semantics. No, it's consent. She didn't have it. You're unbelievable. She's telling everyone what kind of person you are. Cool, I've got video evidence of what kind of person she is. I'll take my chances. She hung up. About an hour later, my phone buzzed. Group text from my wife to me and about a dozen other people. Her friends, some family, even a few coworkers. Just so everyone knows, my husband is trying to divorce me because I went out with friends while he's unemployed. He's controlling and abusive, and I need support right now. I stared at the message. The absolute audacity. Typed back, correction, I'm divorcing you because you cheated with 4 different people in the last week, then tried to gaslight me into an open relationship to justify it. I have Ring camera footage of all 4 instances time-stamped and saved. Anyone wants to see it, happy to share. Sent. Her response came immediately. You're disgusting for saying that. None of that is true. Me, Monday, 3:42 a.m., black SUV. Wednesday, 3:58 a.m., red truck. Friday, 4:15 a.m., silver sedan. Yesterday, 4:30 a.m., white Jeep. All captured on our security camera. All with you kissing the drivers goodbye. Want me to post the videos in this group chat? No response. Several people left the group chat. Her best friend, you're psychotic. Me, I'm documented. There's a difference. Her cousin, this is a family matter. Why are you airing this publicly? Me, she made it public by sending that first message. I'm just correcting the record. My wife, I'm blocking you. Cool. My lawyer has your lawyer's info anyway. She removed me from the group chat. My phone immediately started buzzing with individual texts. Her cousin asking if I was serious. A couple of her friends apologizing for jumping to conclusions. Her uncle asking if I really had video evidence. I sent the Ring footage to her uncle. He'd always been cool with me, and he was the type to call out BS. Jesus, I'm sorry, man. This is messed up. Yeah, it is. For what it's worth, I believe you, and I'll make sure the family knows the truth. Thanks. Her dad called that afternoon. Her mother and I want to apologize again. You don't need to keep apologizing. She's telling people you're abusive, that you're controlling her. I know. I saw the group text. It's not true. We know it's not true. We're setting the record straight with family. I appreciate that. She's not thinking clearly. The lies are getting worse. Yeah, I noticed. If there's anything we can do, just keep being honest about what you saw. That's enough. After we hung up, I felt weirdly grateful. Her own parents were backing me up. That counted for something. Got an email from the lawyer that evening. Divorce papers were ready. Service of process would happen early next week. I forwarded the email to my brother. Him, it's really happening, huh? Yeah. How you feeling? Relieved. Good. Final update. The divorce process took about 3.5 months. Felt like 3.5 years. My wife fought everything. The house, the furniture, who got the Instant Pot we'd gotten as a wedding gift. Her lawyer was aggressive, kept trying to paint me as financially abusive for cutting her off when I lost my job. I hadn't cut her off, she left. Controlling for monitoring her with the Ring camera, it was our joint camera, and emotionally manipulative for weaponizing her parents against her. I just told them the truth. My lawyer shut down every argument with the Ring footage. Can't argue with time-stamped video evidence. We ended up in mediation after 2 months. My wife showed up with a new guy, not one from the videos, someone new entirely. She held his hand walking in, kept touching his arm during breaks, trying to make me jealous, probably. Didn't work. I felt nothing. The mediator was this tired-looking woman in her 50s who'd clearly seen every divorce trick in the book. Let's cut to it, she said after reviewing everything. Mister, you have documented evidence of infidelity, multiple instances. Mrs., your attorney hasn't disputed the authenticity of these recordings, correct? My wife's lawyer shifted uncomfortably. The recordings are, we believe they're taken out of context. What context? The mediator looked at the videos again. These show her arriving home in the early morning hours, in vehicles not belonging to her, engaging in intimate behavior with the drivers. How is that out of context? Silence. Here's my recommendation, the mediator continued. The house sells. After the mortgage is paid, he gets his $45,000 down payment returned. Then the remaining equity splits 60-40 in his favor due to the adultery. All personal property has been divided. No alimony. Marriage was under 5 years and both parties are employed. Clean break. My wife's lawyer. That's hardly fair. Fair? The mediator cut him off. Your client committed adultery, extensively, documented adultery, then tried to gaslight her husband into accepting it. In this state, judges can factor fault into asset division. If we go to court instead of settling here, a judge will likely be even less sympathetic. This is a generous offer. My wife looked at her new boyfriend, then back at the mediator, tears running down her face. Fine, she whispered, just like that. Months of fighting, thousands in legal fees, and it ended with a whispered fine. We signed the papers. I walked out of that office and sat in my car for 20 minutes. Just sat there. Didn't cry, didn't feel relieved, just empty. The house went on the market immediately, sold in 3 weeks. Market was hot. After the mortgage payoff, I walked away with about $89K. Combined with what was left of my severance, I was financially stable. I'd landed a new job 2 weeks before the divorce finalized. Tech company, better position than my old job, $15K salary bump. The layoff ended up being the best thing that happened to my career. My ex-wife and her new boyfriend lasted another month before breaking up. Heard through her cousin that he dumped her when he found out she'd been texting another guy. The irony was not lost on anyone. She tried to reach out a few times after the divorce. Texts from new numbers since I blocked her original one. Can we talk? I made mistakes. We both did. I miss what we had. Maybe we gave up too fast. Never responded. Eventually blocked those numbers too. Her parents still check in with me sometimes. Birthday texts, holiday cards. They apologized one more time at Thanksgiving. I'd been invited to their house by her uncle, and they were there. Her mom hugged me and cried. I'm so sorry for what she put you through. It's not your fault. We raised her better than this. I know you did. Her dad shook my hand. You handled this with more grace than most men would have. You're a good person. That actually made me tear up. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment now. Downtown, nice building, walking distance to work. Furnished it with actual grown-up furniture from West Elm and room and board. Everything's mine. Feels good. Not dating yet. Not really interested. My therapist, yeah, got one of those, says I need time to rebuild trust in people. She's probably right. But I'm okay. Really okay. Got my career back on track, got my finances sorted, got my peace back. People ask if I'm bitter. Not really. I'm just done. She wanted an open relationship while I was temporarily unemployed. She got a divorce instead. Her choice had consequences. The Ring camera footage saved my ass, honestly. Without that, it would have been her word against mine. She could have spun any narrative she wanted. That I was controlling, that I was abusive, that I drove her away with my unemployment. But you can't argue with time-stamped video of 4 different cars dropping you off at 4 a.m. Best $200 I ever spent on home security. That and the $3,500 for the lawyer. My ex lost her marriage, her parents' respect, and apparently can't keep a relationship stable. I lost a wife who was already gone and gained clarity about what I deserve. Fair trade. Would I do anything differently? Maybe file for divorce immediately instead of waiting. But honestly, having that mediation evidence package, months of her escalating lies, the group text gaslighting attempt, her trying to paint me as abusive, made the settlement so much cleaner. She played stupid games, won a stupid divorce settlement, and I got my life back. That's good enough for me.